Hello and welcome back to District Debrief. We're in a brand new studio with a brand new cast and a renewed sense of hope that maybe someday we'll win an Emmy. I guess we just have the Emmys on our mind this week. But first, let's go over some of the more pressing news that we've missed in the past few weeks. Freshmen have had a very busy week with the annual Freshman Day of Service and Convocation officially kicking off the class of 2022's time here at GW. And in his speech, University President Thomas LeBlanc unintentionally debuted his new character, Hot Take Tommy. I used to be afraid of my students being ran over on Route 1, LeBlanc said, but now I'm afraid of them being ran over on social media. With that take, LeBlanc has aged himself 10 years, and I'm being told that we can no longer refer to him like a dad, but rather like a grandpa who starts every complaint with, "When I was your age." After kickoff, highlights from the day include confusion about what convocation actually means, long periods of standing around and waiting, early morning fire code violations during check-in, and a record 2 hours of actual service. But the most important thing I think we all learned were the benefits of philanthropy, like maybe cleaning up your own mess in the kitchen for once, Andy. Students and faculty were left stunned on Tuesday afternoon when the Jumbotron in the Smith Center reportedly fell, plummeting to the ground during maintenance. Within a few hours of the Jumbotron falling, university officials were already describing it as damage due to Hurricane Florence. Unfortunately, the university didn't qualify the Jumbotron collapse as an emergency fix-it, so looks like we're going to have to wait 2 to 3 business days. According to President LeBlanc, the Jumbotron collapse is further proof that our university should stop focusing on politics and should put more money into our engineering programs. Hurricane Florence has been dominating headlines this week as it is expected to cause severe damage to the North Carolina coast. According to recent polling, 80% of North Carolina Republicans believe that our country is just not ready for a female hurricane. Despite this, Hurricane Florence still has a higher approval rating than Supreme Court nominee Judge Kavanaugh. Football is back, which means HBO's Hard Knocks is over. We were given some stars from the docuseries, except all of the players we liked were cut. In Week 1, Cleveland broke their 17-game losing streak in the most Browns way, a 21-21 tie. There were some miscommunications between members of the coaching staff during the game, so here to provide his thoughts is GW's football coach in waiting, Coach Randy Hodge.
Let's do this quickly. I gotta get ready for practice.
Coach Hodge, it's an honor to have you here for your first ever interview. How'd you get the coaching job?
What? It's really bright in here. I can't hear you that well.
How did you get the job?
Yeah, the job. So I heard George Washington didn't have a football team, and I knew that if I showed up and I put in maximum effort day in and day out, and to be the best coach that I could be, then plenty of fine young people would be interested in playing football at this great institution. You gotta lead by example.
Has anyone followed your example?
Next question. You're asking questions.
Are any students interested in joining the football team?
That's an excellent question. No, millennials are gonna ruin football. I'm gonna tell you how. They're so concerned about their brains being in one piece when they die. I'm no Scientologist, but the brain is just like some computer in your head. And there's lots of loose parts in a computer. These kids are so concerned about technology and computers, then they should really understand that the computer in your head is loose sometimes too. Keeps working.
Do you have a plan to get students interested in football?
Yeah, so here's what we're gonna do. I have a staff of 2 other coordinators and I coach special teams as well as watch over those 2 incompetent men that work for me. Anyway, we're gonna go around campus, we're gonna ask students if they're interested in joining the football team, and then we're gonna take out the I from their portable keyboards. They gotta learn early that there's no I in team.
But how do you plan to address the me in team?
There's only we. Next question.
What do you think of the Browns coaching staff?
I'm not going to talk about anybody, so I'll say this. A lot of people know Hugh Jackson. They say he's a good man. He means well. Todd Haley bleeds football. Not going to get into the other particulars of his life. I coached with Greg Williams in his last year in New Orleans. We went hunting together a couple times, and I'm sure Bob Wiley's gut. We've crossed paths a couple times. He's coached everywhere.
Did you actually watch Hard Knocks or you just know these people?
No. When you've coached at 6 different colleges, 4 NFL teams, as well as 2 Arena League teams, and all 8 CFL teams, you build a pretty good link-it network. I love the Hard Knocks concept, though. I'm going to pitch GW's football team to HBO for a series once we get a team together. All I keep hearing is that the Browns are going to the playoffs this year. They've got a great group of talent up there, and it's great publicity for them. They've got a lot of football fans on their side now. I think if we were to do some sort of TV show, we'd probably be nominated for an Emmy. Also, it would help to recruit more fine young kids to our program.
Do you believe in Cleveland?
No.
Coach Hodge, everybody.
You. Next question.
Cut. That was great.
Hey, thanks. I've been meaning to ask, like, when are you done hosting?
We'll probably be out of here by like 11.
No. I feel like you've been hosting this for what, like 3 or 4 years?
Nope, been about a year and a half.
Still a long time. Hey, listen, could I take over, say, like, soon?
What? No, Ben, that's not happening. You're only semi-decent at characters and you barely write your own stuff.
What?
Not happening.
Hurtful.
Truthful.
Okay, I guess.
Yep, see you later.
Catch you on the flip side.
What? No.
Hello. Thank you for joining me, Nathaniel McRibbit, on this special occasion. This month, Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber was bestowed an Emmy by the Television Academy. With this win, he completed the quest of highest achievement for an artist, the EGOT. What is EGOTing? Well. It's when an artist of almost divine talent has been awarded an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. It is a cornucopia of talent's achievement. Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber's has been a long time coming. I know you must be wondering just exactly how he did it. Well, all ignorance must be enlightened, but you may call me Maximilian Robespierre, for I shall grace your minds with the epic journey of Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber. Now, I know for all you Fandrew Lloyd Webbers out there, this may be old news, but his story begins in 1948 in the shadow of post-World War II London, when Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber emerged onto this earth. At 17, after a short stint at Oxford, our hero partnered with 20-year-old aspiring pop songwriter Tim Rice. Together, they wrote the short-lived The Likes of Us, and after it failed to get a backer, because no one recognized the genius, they then were commissioned to write Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. A novice effort, but one that nonetheless showed the rise of the composer of our generation. In 1980, at the age of 32, he won his first Tony, marking his career trajectory straight toward the EGOT. That Tony was for Best Original Score for the devastating magical realism that is Evita. He would go on to win Tonys for Cats, a show that dared to ask if cats in a dumpster could belt while crying, The Phantom of the Opera, a tragic tale of one rich guy's fruitless attempts to evict a squatter in Halloween costume from his theater, and lastly, in 1995 for Sunset Boulevard, a murder mystery set in the background of sunny Los Angeles. It wouldn't take just Tonys, though. In 1997, he scored a pivotal win, the Academy Award, for the song You Must Love Me, from the movie adaptation of Evita, in which Madonna saves Argentina. Thank you, Madonna. The 1980s were then littered with Grammy wins for Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber, winning 2 Best Cast Albums and Best Contemporary Composition for Requiem, a remarkable victory considering as no one has ever claimed to have heard the record, one of the great modern marvels of the world. So, after 1995, it looked bleak for our hero. With no Emmy nominations in sight, and slim chance of him securing a pilot deal, it seemed as if Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber got. A tragic lull ensued. Someone told him that a Phantom sequel would be a good idea. But then came John Legend, who held Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber in his arms and said, "Make me Jesus, and you shall achieve all that you deserve." And Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber agreed and got a slot for a live rendition of NBC of Jesus Christ Superstar, and in the year 2018, finally won an Emmy. It was an arduous road. No one made it easy for him. Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber had to crawl through the artistic jungle, pious, yet ever moving forward, until finally the EGOT was had. Thank you for joining us for this hour of Modern Classics. I am Nathaniel McRibbit, and you're welcome.
Thank you, Nathaniel, for that fascinating take on the achievements of Mr. Webber. Over the summer, GW switched its shuttle provider from International Limo to RMA, and with the change came some changes to the VEX system. The new buses are objectively nicer, quieter, and don't shake violently when they're driving on a normal road. They also have USB ports for phone charging as well as Wi-Fi. Here to talk with us about... Hang on, there's traffic? Well, how late? Half hour? Change of plans. Folks, they say it's always sexier when it takes longer. The European Union voted to approve a controversial new law called the Copyright Directive that critics say will make most memes illegal in Europe, to which GW students responded, "Guess I know where I'm not studying abroad." The Trump administration continues its search for the author of that anonymous op-ed in the New York Times. The op-ed lamented the president's amorality and erratic behavior, but reassured Americans that there are adults in the room who have vowed to thwart Mr. Trump's most misguided impulses. So the author of the op-ed is someone who thinks that Trump is amoral, erratic, and a threat to the country. Suspects include everyone. Here to talk about it are sorority sisters Emma and Sophie.
So, yesterday, some anonymous biatch in our sorority wrote a terrible op-ed all about our president, Abby Fitzgerald, in the Hatchet.
It's actually insane, and the house has been literally exploding over who could have written it.
And you see, Emma and I have been investigating, and we've narrowed it down to 3 main suspects.
1, Lauren Matthews.
Lauren is super pretty and has a long time feud with Abby after Abby and Lauren both wanted the same big Megan P, but only Hannah was chosen.
Since then, they fought over Bradley Parker,
Oh my God, Brad.
the largest bedroom in the house, and who has better style, which culminated in the infamous screaming match of 2017 at Pike's Fireman Challenge.
Oh my God, that was so good. An obvious candidate. But is it too obvious?
Which leads us to option 2, Olivia O'Connor.
The former president of Alpha Beta Pajama, and a total stick in the mud, who ran for re-election but was defeated by Abby. Could she possibly still be super jealous?
Since Abby took over as president, our philanthropy fundraising has decreased by 25%, and our Greek rank has gone down by 2 positions.
The op-ed said to trust that good people were still working in the administration to keep our sorority on track. And Olivia still is on e-board as recruitment chair. Is she working to keep us top tier?
But then there is also option 3, Haley Johnson.
Though an active sister, she isn't on e-board, but she is a columnist for the Hatchet, and she has the connects to make the piece possible. Is she annoyed at where Abby has taken the sorority?
It's gotta be Olivia.
No way. She'd never undermine ABP that way.
What if we never know?
No way. Someone will totally spill that tea. It's way too hot.
But at the end of all of this, it's probably just Mike Pence.
So who do you think you're going to take in the first round this year?
I don't know. I think I'm going to take Peyton Manning.
He's still playing?
I saw him in a commercial recently. I'm pretty sure he is.
Oh yeah, it's the Nationwide.
Yeah. Guys, in the new studio, come on. We don't have a football team.
I guess no one told him fall was football season.
Do you want to just practice fake headlines, do our anchor voices?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Okay.
On this week's episode of G Week, there is another election scandal.
And former Vice Provost Peter Kay has been spotted back on campus rocking a brand new bandana. Boy, does he look sharp.
And this year's Spring Fling performer is anticipated to be none other than the Cash Me Outside girl, Behad Behabi.
Catch all this and more on G Week.
Yeah, this is stuff that would probably happen at GW.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh my gosh, Izzy. Michael, what's wrong? Trump just tweeted again. I guess we're gonna have to debate about it. This is Colonial Crossfire.
Welcome back. U.S. intelligence agencies and tech companies have continued warning Americans that Russian hackers are trying to influence the 2018 midterm elections. But at least the Emmys are safe. In other news, the winner of Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama, Lead Actor in a Comedy, Limited Series Actor, and Sexiest Dictator is Vladimir Putin. And now we'd like to get some opinions on some of the hottest nominated shows of the year. Joining us today is our Emmys correspondent, Miriam.
Hi, I'm doing good, thank you. I'm very excited to talk about the Oscars and I can't wait.
Actually, it's the Emmys, that's not the Oscars.
That was a mistake. I'm sorry, that's what I meant, my mistake. Sometimes I just accidentally say the wrong thing, but doesn't everybody?
All right, you know what, let's get to it. What are your favorite shows from this year?
Well, they're all so wonderful. I couldn't choose just one.
All right, so pick a few. Tell us what you think.
How about you pick?
Okay, The Handmaid's Tale.
Okay, so first off, there's a tale. It's really huge, one used for swimming. But what makes it special is that it's completely handmade. No factories, no machines, no technology, all done by hand. And what the whole show is just to prove that while technology has taken over our lives and while we always use machines to build everything, there is always magic in something that is handmade.
All right, what are your thoughts on Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Oh boy, is that a fantastic show or what? So there's this group of people, right? And the whole point is that no matter what they're told or what they're shown, they can't get excited. They have to make sure their enthusiasm is curbed the entire time. Anyone who shows enthusiasm is just kicked out. They're gone.
What are your thoughts on Larry David's role in that show?
Larry is Larry. He's him, and that's what makes it special.
All right. And another one. What about The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt?
What an amazing, empowering show. You know, it's just, Kimmy is a girl, an American girl, and she is just completely unbreakable. She trips, she falls, she, gets hit by things, and no matter what, she never breaks anything in her body. She is just unbreakable. No matter what happens, she is okay.
You know what? I don't really think that's what the show's about.
This show is about a strong woman who, no matter how many times she gets hurt, she's back and better than ever within minutes. Kimmy is one sturdy girl, #feminism.
All right, now I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you haven't seen any of the shows that are nominated this year. You have no clue what's going on at all.
Are you kidding? I am such a fan of all those shows. It offends me that you'd say that. Let me talk about one more. I promise I'm prepared, and I have a lot to say.
Fine. What are your thoughts on This Is Us?
I think that Dan Fogelman's vision has truly come to life. I think that this show's use of flashback, as well as the intense emotion surrounding lead characters Kate and Randall, has truly inspired audiences across the globe.
All right. I guess I misjudged you. I was wrong.
Yes, you were. But my favorite part of the show is when they finally, all of them, get together in a huge circle and realize that, wow, this is us, and this is who we are.
All All right, you know what? That's enough. Thank you, Miriam. You can leave. Miriam, everybody.
Thank you.
Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle.
You can just call me the Dutch of Sus.
I'm a huge fan. It's so great to meet you.
Meghan, you know you shouldn't be shaking hands with strangers. This is why we hold on to the clutch.
Meghan, why are you here today?
Well, as you know, I'm used to be on a hit series called Suits, and before that, I was actually on Deal or No Deal as a briefcase girl. But now that I'm part of the royal family, I don't get many TV opportunities anymore.
Do not slouch! Stand up straight.
Can we have you read a winner card?
Absolutely. And the winner of the best drama series is The Crown. Oh my God, my own Nan.
That is not what it says on the card. And are you speaking with a British accent? You're from Los Angeles. Cut.
Hi guys. Tonight I'll be filling you in on what's happening tonight at the Emmys. So I'm going to ask some questions about the nominated shows tonight. I feel like if there was a category for best reality TV series, Keeping Up with the Kardashians would win. I mean, we're already working on season 20. OMG! There's that kid from Stranger Things. Honestly, people can just be so selfish and rude. So guys, there's this TV series called Stranger Things, and it isn't as popular as Keeping Up with the Kardashians if I've never heard of it. So I'm so lost as to how it's nominated for so many Emmys. How can a whole cast share one trophy? Anyways, I'm done with the Emmys. Off to Nobu.
Cut.
And on the right here, we have the largest freshman dorm on campus, Thurston Hall. It is also one of the oldest dorms on campus, but don't worry, it will be renovated soon. They've been saying they're going to renovate it for years, so it should be happening any day now.
Are you here to audition for the Emmys host?
All right, everyone, let's keep moving to our next stop, the recently rat-free carvings.
Where are you?
No questions right now, thanks.
Cut.
I am Thanos, or at least I will be in post-production, and my goal is to make this year's award show perfectly balanced, as all things should be. So I brought in Jimmy Fallon to serve as my co-host and lighten the mood when I snap my fingers and kill half of the nominees.
I love this guy. He cracks me up.
He does this every time I talk about genocide.
Genocide, that's hilarious.
You know, I acquired the Mind Stone solely to figure out what he thought was so funny, and I'd still get it.
Cut.
Thank you so much for this audition. You know, I'm just looking for any opportunity to find love. I'm just trying to be more open to this kind of thing.
You know, can I tell you something? I feel like, I've never felt like this with any of the other girls on this show. You're currently here and reasonably able to talk to, and you're just so beautiful.
I was actually really nervous to start this journey. I wasn't sure if they picked me because of diversity or if we actually have chemistry.
It's definitely because of diversity, but I'm willing to play into the producer's hands here.
I just love how honest you are. Back home in Delaware, guys are just so closed off, and it just is so much easier that you're telling me that I'm being led on.
So, what have your past relationships looked like? Mine have both been exploited.
Well, I'm...
You can tell me, Tia.
It's Lily, actually. I actually can't do this right now.
Cut. Okay, and your name?
I'm Lil District.
Lil District, you said?
Yeah. I'm a political rapper on SoundCloud.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I like presidents and all that. Like JFK, Ben Franklin, Steve Jobs.
Yeah, for sure. Now, could you spit a few bars for us, like some freestyle?
Word.
What are you doing?
Cooking bars in the noggin.
Oh,
Chill.
Yeah, of course. Continue.
Alright, I got it. Yeah, I'm Lil District and I'm hosting the Emmys. Yeah, Abraham Lincoln is on the penny. Yeah. Skirt.
Cut.
Now, before the Emmys this past Sunday, we wanted to put a psychic to the test to see if she could predict the winners. The clips you are about to see were all recorded prior to the event. So everyone hold your breaths and see the mystical powers of Dora.
Okay, everyone, thank you for coming today. I'm already feeling a lot of energy coming from you, a lot of positive vibes. This is incredible. Now let's get started. You, sir, in the back, have you recently lost a brother? Yes. I sense loss. I see that he was a Virgo, correct? Does the word eucalyptus mean anything to you? Oh, that's not what we're doing? Then what are we doing then? This man just lost his brother and we're talking about the Emmys? The Emmys. I've never even been nominated for one of those. What makes you think I know anything about them? Whatever. Let's get this over with then. First category is Best Actress. All right, I'm seeing some corgis, a palace. This is all coming to me. Now, there's a show about a queen. The winner must be Claire Foy. You guys are going to see I have a gift. Now let's focus on the best actor in a comedy, shall we? Now I don't want to curb my enthusiasm here, but I think this one is pretty obvious. They're telling me from the other side it's going to be
Bill Hader.
All right. I know it's crazy. We'll just keep doing a couple more. Now, yes, best comedy series. I'm not even sure who's nominated, but I'll ask the other side. Yes. They're telling me very clearly, very distinctly, and I psychically know that it will be
The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, wow. I think something is wrong with your cameras here. Hopefully they heard me say the very correct answer I just came up with. That's wild. So sorry about that. Well, for my last prediction, I would like to do something very, very special for you. Now, I've had this sign with me the whole time, and I have not once, the whole time I've been talking to you, touched it at all. Now, the spirits, they told me, Dora, be a dear and write down something on this piece of cardboard. And I was like, wow, you could have done it yourself. I've seen the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze. But they said, Dora, no, this is all you. So I took a Sharpie and I wrote it down. And until this very moment, I didn't know what it was. But right now, in front of all of you, I'm going to show you who the winner of the 2018 Best Drama Series will be. Thank you. I know, it's a gift. If everybody wouldn't mind, I'm selling my book, Seeing Sexy Ghosts, What is My Sexuality, on Amazon this November. Buy a copy. Thank you. Good night.
And that's our show. Thank you so much for joining us for our first show of the semester. And be sure to check out our Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or visit our website at www.gw-tv.com. From all of us here at District Debrief, I'm Hannah Sessler. Catch you on the flip side.